Good morning, students. Welcome to our lesson. So, in this video, we are going to do Unit 1, Relationships, Writing, Task 10. What's our lesson objective? You're going to describe a process and you're going to use present passive. You've already learned present passive in my previous video. So we are going to review present passive today. And we are going to practice using present passive in sentences first, before we proceed to the writing process. So here's our task, task 10. Read the instruction and look at the pictures. So what are you going to do in this task? You're going to complete the sentences given below. Here, the sentences given below with verbs from the box. Okay, so let's go back to the task again. Look at the pictures which show the process of making cherry jam. So I'll zoom the pictures for you. Okay, let me see. Yes. Can you see the pictures clearly? There are 9 pictures. So pause the video and look at the pictures carefully. Okay. Also read the words in the box. You can look up the meaning of the words in the box in the dictionary if you have difficulty. Okay, let's go back to the task. So you're going to write about the process of making cherry jam. Yes? What's cherry jam? I'll show you a picture. Here's a picture of cherry jam. So your writing task is about the process of making cherry jam. Okay? Read the instruction carefully. Once again, look at the pictures which show the process of making cherry jam. Complete the sentences with the verb from the box in the correct form. So you need to complete the sentences with these words in the correct form. So it's not a gap fill, just a gap fill task where you just pick the word and then fill in the gap. You need to fill in the gap with the correct form. So let's look at the sentences. Okay, so look at number 1. A sheet is dash on the ground and the tree is dash to get cherries. The cherries are dash. So do you see the be verbs here in all the sentences? You can pause the video and read all the sentences. Okay, so all these sentences are in the passive form. Okay, do you remember what I told you in my previous video? That when we talk about a process, sometimes we use passive sentences because the subject is not important, or the person who's doing the action is not important. Okay, all right. Let's look at these verbs again. Try to remember what I told you about passive voice in my previous video. the passive voice, we focus on the object of the sentence. You can look at the example that we worked out in my last video. Yeah, he opens the door. He is the subject and the door is the object. This is in the active voice. Now, when we change this sentence into passive voice, what happens? The object takes the subject position, and then you have the two verbs, the be verb and the past participle, and then the subject. Sometimes the subject is not really important, okay? Like this sentence. Paper is made in China. Who? Not important. We don't need to know. Okay, so here this is a passive sentence. So in a passive sentence, there are two verbs, verb to be plus the past participle form of the main verb, which is the third form of the main verb. Okay, let's look at an example. A lot of water is needed to grow tea plants. Is needed. How many verbs are there? Two. Verb to be and the past participle form of the main verb. Let's look at the second example. Tea leaves are picked by hand. Two verbs, verb to be and the past participle form of the main verb. And here, the is and the are match the subject. Is used for singular subject. Here it's the uncountable noun, and are is used for plural subject. Okay, another example. They are taken to the factory. How many verbs? Two verbs, be verb and the past participle. But did you notice the difference here? In these two sentences, the past participle form of the verb is the same as the past form of the verb. For example, look at the word needed. Need is the infinitive, needed is the past simple form, and again, needed is the past participle form, the third form of the main verb. It's the same with the word pick. Pick, infinitive, picked, past simple, picked, past participle form. But look at this verb. The infinitive form is take. I'm sorry, it's not very clear here, but it's okay. You can listen to me. The past form of take is took, as you know. And what's the past participle form? Taken. Let me tell you a little more about the past participle forms. Okay. For regular past verbs, like the word like, the past simple form takes ed or d or in regular past verbs. For example, like, liked, and the past participle form is liked. Talk, talked, talked. Work, worked, worked. So the third form or the past participle form is the same as the past simple form because they are regular past verbs, regular verbs. Okay. What about irregular past verbs? Irregular past verbs, like eat, for example, the past tense is different. Irregular past verbs don't take ed. So eat, ate, and look at the past participle form, eaten. It's different. It's not the same as the past form. So you can study these examples. Okay. So most irregular past verbs change in the past participle form, but there are exceptions. Okay. All right. So you need to look into your dictionary and make a vocab log of the three forms of the verbs. Okay. There are some past verbs that don't change at all, like put. The past form, past simple form is put, and the past participle form is also the same. You can read the other two examples. If you're a resourceful student, you can do your own research, okay, and try to make a log of different verbs under these three categories. I already explained to you that we need to complete all these sentences in the passive voice. So you need to complete the gaps with the past participle form of these verbs, okay? So how many pictures are there? 9, and then there are 9 sentences. So if you read, if you look at picture 1, what do you see in picture 1? You see a tree, a cherry tree, and then you see a sheet on the ground, okay? So let's read this first sentence. A sheet is dash on the ground and the tree is dash to get the cherries. So all these sentences correspond to the pictures, right? So which means all these sentences are in the same order as the pictures. So sentence number 1 is for picture 1, sentence number 2 is for picture 2, number 3, sentence 3 for number 3, picture 3, and so on. Okay, so I'll do an example for you for the first picture. Okay, what do you see here? There's a sheet, okay, and there's a tree. All right, and the pictures, when you look at the picture carefully, you can see that the tree is shaken up for the cherries to fall down. Yeah, let's see here. A sheet is dash on the ground. So what verb will you pick from here to complete this gap? A sheet is spread on the ground. What's spread? You spread a mat or a carpet to sit down or to pray. Okay, so a sheet is spread on the ground. Do we use the word spread as it is? Yes. If you check the past participle of the word spread, it's the same. Go to your dictionary and check the past participle form of spread. Okay, so spread is the infinitive, spread is the past simple form, and spread is the past participle form. Okay, so a sheet is spread on the ground and the tree is shake. What's the past participle form of the word shake? Shake, shook, shaken. Please refer to your dictionary. Okay, so how do you change this word? Shaken. Okay, a sheet is spread on the ground and the tree is shaken to get the cherries. Okay, all right. So now look at number 2, look at the picture, try to choose the correct verb and then use the past participle form of the verb. If you don't know, please refer to your dictionary. Okay, so you can pause and complete the 9 sentences. These 9 sentences can be useful for you when you do your writing in task 11. You can go to the Moodle link and complete the task. This is the end of the video. Thank you.